Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. Anxiety. Oh, I want to be new anxiety.
This song has gained so much popularity.
It has. It really has.
It won social media song of the year, didn't it?
Yep, social song. Because it's a good... Who don't got anxiety?
Yeah, but then what does the rest of the song say?
Somebody's watching me. Anxiety. That's what it is.
That's what it say?
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
What is it?
Oh, there's rapping in it?
Yes, there's lots of rapping. There's a lot of words in the song.
I've never heard this song before in my life.
Yeah,
Except for those couple of words. That's funny. That is funny. Welcome to F Word Friday here on Spark FM Online.
It's hot in here.
It is number one for urban and Caribbean music. It's hot in general outside. I think it's very humid and muggy.
Oh, and that's what I don't like about Boston.
And they keep saying that Boston is going to get some weird hot ass weather very soon, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
But good morning, everybody. Welcome to Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. This is Saucy and Friends in the morning, and with friends and with the people.
And with morning.
And with the morning.
Yes.
And it's gonna be our day to have some fun. We have a fun guest coming in for us. I don't know about y'all. We have some updates to some, controversial incidents in the world. We'll follow up with our last Diddy update for the week. We'll talk about this new evidence for Tory Lanez. We'll talk about Donald Trump and his illegal tariffs.
Oh, God.
Tesla.
I love Tesla.
I love Tesla.
I was driving to work this morning, right? And I was looking at something that you sent me this morning about Boston, down in Copley area. And I was like, do you think that there is an agenda to destroy people's joy?
Yes.
And get people to hate themselves and each other in the world? The thing about Copley, about how they've changed down Copley.
Oh,
and how it's just a miserable place.
Did I put that in the thing? Oh, I sent that to you. Let's put that. Remember we were talking about the concrete that they put over there?
They changed it.
It looks stupid. It's supposed to be anti-homeless.
It's horrible.
It just looks so institutional. They did the before and the before and after picture of it, and it just it went from how so refreshing to
they took it
we
down
going to
again.
Jail.
I believe they took it down because I was over there a couple of days
No,
ago.
they took everything down. There's nothing there. It's empty and it's a concrete jungle
So they're
over
doing it
there.
over
and it's
again.
just like, this is just not nice. It's so terrible.
And we'll show you the picture. Let me go
Yeah,
get
we'll
that
show you
right
the video.
now. For today, it is quick check-in. How you doing, Miss Tony?
I'm doing okay. Yesterday was quite an evening for me. But I'm doing okay. I called up my sister, and she,
I yelled at her
in saucy style.
And I told her to protect her peace.
Dug in my ass, and so I was like, you know what? Fuck this kid, and that was it.
You got to protect your peace. These children will bring you down in life. You don't let them steal your joy. No pick me, no hold me down.
No, seriously, honestly, because I was like, you know what? I'm about to summer, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna summer. I'm going to summer.
I'm
going to summer.
Gonna be outside.
Outside, alone, freed up.
You got a lot of friend support and stuff that would take your kid all day just to get away from their own kids.
Yep.
Things like that. So you got to start taking advantage of those kind of things, and just don't let these little Negroes.
Yeah. So I'm in a new place. It's a new day. It's the weekend. I'm looking forward to the weekend, even though the weather is not supposed to be that great. But guess what? I'm gonna have funky good time.
Tomorrow's supposed to be so ugly.
Yeah.
And with that said, the Jamboree has officially been postponed and rescheduled to June 15th. June 15th, which also doubles as Father's Day. So all of you fathers out there that don't know what to do with your child because you're going to have your children on Father's Day, bring them to the Jamboree and be single too.
Single fathers welcome.
Single fathers is welcome to the Jamboree. Have a day of fun with your children. Show us what kind of a father you are so that we can love you.
That's wild. Anyhow, how are you, Tris? How was your evening?
I'm good. Yesterday, I chilled yesterday. That's it. I'm happy today's Friday. I'm happy it's the weekend, you know.
Yeah. What are you doing this weekend?
Not a damn thing.
Oh, there's so many things to do.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so many things to do. Speaking of things to do, today is Boston's Got Talent.
Absolutely.
Boston's Got Talent. You told them you was coming, so you better come there. We can see the little children with their fashion and all kinds of stuff, and that should be really, really fun and dope.
Yeah.
And just you do love fashion, so you know that should be a nice little evening. That's from 5 to 8. It's only $20 for adults, $10 for kids. It is all going towards a fundraiser for the Thelma D. Burns Scholarship to help get kids to school or make their transition into school a little bit easier for their parents and for them.
Yeah.
And today is also my goddaughter Katura's graduation.
Congratulations, a sweet little girl.
Yeah, she is. See her prom pictures? Gorgeous.
She is absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And then tomorrow we are down at the Bruce Bowling Building for the 1102 fundraiser.
That's right.
With Cleon. We want you guys to come out and have a good time, be happy, multiply,
Oh, wow.
donate, and all kinds of things. And there's something else tomorrow too.
There is something else tomorrow, and I don't know what it is. And then Sunday, big happy birthday shout out to Mr. Carl Smith, the founder.
Yes, we RSVP for that. We're going to have a good time.
To a group about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, group chat.
Is this a big black and gold party I'm hearing about?
Yes.
Yes,
That's gonna be a good time.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a really nice weekend. Lots of things going on. This weekend's also the Roots Picnic, which is awesome. We're not going to be there, but I would like to.
I felt like in my heart I had decided I was going to that.
You've been saying that for a few years.
I'm always going to every year I'm going to the Roots Picnic.
Next year we're definitely going. We're gonna live broadcast from there.
Oh my goodness. And I'm going to go dap up all the 10s. I'm so excited
Me
about
too.
doing
I'm
that
gonna
at
dap
several
up the
things. this
9s
year.
and 8s as well. Somebody gotta give. Okay, goddamn it. Shit.
Yeah. Anyhow, this is Saucy and Friends. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let's have a fun Friday
Let's
day.
get into the show.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Sounds like a good little pony song, right?
Except if you watch him do it now, he's a little bit discombobulated. But
Oh,
it's
that
all
one,
right.
I don't
He'll
want
be
to see
fine.
that now. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Anyhow, people, let's get into the show. Today is May 30th. It is not even still the last day of May. May is longer than January.
May is the longest month that I've ever been to.
It is, because Cinco de Mayo was
Since you haven't been
all the way in the beginning, and we still
was.
not out of it.
We're
That was a long time ago.
It really was. And we've left the state, came back, and it's still May. It's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
However, today is May 30th. It's approximately 9:18 a.m. And let's guys get you to the weather. It is currently 68 degrees. It's going to be a high of 74. Tonight is going to drop down to about 59. Today there's a 35% chance of rain. Rainy conditions expected around 3 p.m. Wind gusts up to 14 miles per hour. However, tomorrow, Saturday, is a 90% chance of rain, and that has not let up. And then Sunday is a 45% chance of rain. So it's going to be a pretty wet weekend. Wet. So make sure that you guys are accurately prepared. And that you get your life together for this rainy weekend.
Make sure you have your raincoats for this
Was that an
wet
innuendo?
weekend.
Oh, raincoats.
Lord.
That
Too
means
early.
condoms.
It's too early.
Is that what raincoat? Do people wear raincoats still?
Jimmy hats.
Yes.
Not me. I'm a Christian, so I don't do any of
Oh,
those.
so not you. What?
I'm a
Why not?
Christian. I'm a Christian woman, and I don't engage in no. Do you see any ring on my
That's
finger?
why the mic stopped working.
Exactly. You hear how the mic just scratch.
Lying. She's lying.
What you say? Ooh. Anyhow, good morning, everybody. Good news, all kinds of news. Not really good news, but all kinds of news is happening today in Boston. There are Mass Pike lane closures for bridge replacement begins today, and the drivers are warned of epic delays.
We'll have to go around because I'm not doing it.
Where you going? Oh, shoot, where I'm going. Oh, no, what is it going? Oh, let me see. Weekend lane closures and rolling roadblocks may result in 2 to 3 hour delays for drivers on the Interstate 95 Massachusetts Turnpike interchange as a multi-year bridge rehabilitation project moves forward. MassDOT said the weekend lane closure of I-90 will be between exits 123 and 25 in Weston and Newton, a 2-mile stretch from the Ridgeway Road Bridge in Weston to the Commonwealth Avenue overpass in Newton.
That sounds like a lot.
It does, but just go
each direction. And take a look at the 2 miles impacted. The lane closure is going to run from Ridgeway Road in Weston to just after Comm Ave in Newton. The closures begin at 9 o'clock tonight and are going to run until 5 a.m. on Monday. Both sides of the Mass Pike will run on the eastbound side of the interstate. MassDOT says this is all part of a multi-year project to replace the I-90 bridge over the MBTA railroad. In all, 5 bridges are going to be replaced. 1 bridge is being rehabilitated and 2 will have their superstructures replaced. The Mass Pike closure, it's also going to impact the commuter rail. The T will have 2 separate shuttle routes between Framingham and Auburndale with a stop at the Riverside Station. Another bus is going to connect the Framingham-Worcester line to Kenmore Station, and buses are also going to place Amtrak services between Albany, New York, and Boston. And by the way, this is the first of 2 weekends we're going to have to deal with these closures. Round 2 is set for Friday, June 20th. Reporting live in Newton this morning.
It's just through this week. Through the weekend. I thought it was going to be for a long time, but it's going to happen during the weekend, and then it's going to happen another weekend. So
I mean, that
look
should
out
be
for that. Be aware of
And
that.
if people are following the news, just go. There's many ways to get to where you want to get here. Just find a different. Go to Waze. Waze was built by a cheating man.
Yes, it is.
And it will get you into places that you didn't know exist in the streets.
It's true. It's true.
Waze will take you off the highway through somebody's residential neighborhood, through an alleyway, and then find yourself back on the highway on the other side of it.
I have discovered so many neighborhoods using Waze. Like, I never knew this place existed. Little cuts all the time. Mayor Wu announces a $2.1 million investment in Boston's immigrant communities.
What that mean?
How?
We don't got no money.
We don't got no money, and ain't the immigrants? Are we?
I don't know.
I feel some way about this.
Maybe
I don't know what
she
the
means
question is.
legal immigrant communities, so Caribbean and Vietnamese.
No, people
and
who are coming here with papers.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Boston Mayor Wu announced $2.1 million in new funding for immigrant services across 95 organizations, marking her administration's largest single investment in immigrant support programs as the city faces mounting federal pressure over its sanctuary policies. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu unveiled a comprehensive $2.1 million investment in immigrant services this week, distributing grants and contracts to 95 local organizations in what represents the city's most substantial single funding commitment to immigrant communities. The announcement made through the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Advancement, or MOIA, comes as Boston faces intensified federal scrutiny over its sanctuary city policies. The funding spans 5 targeted programs addressing critical needs within Boston's immigrant population, which comprises approximately 28% of the city's residents. According to the city of Boston,
Wow.
The largest allocation, $715,000, will support the Immigrant Youth Advancement Program across 27 organizations, including established community anchors like the Boston Chinatown Neighborhood Center and Sociedad Latina. Immigration Legal Services received the second largest funding allocation of $700,000, distributed among 20 organizations as demand for legal assistance reaches unprecedented levels. Jackie Kelly, Director of Immigration Legal Services at Rian Immigrant Center, emphasized the critical timing of this support. As reported by the City of Boston, Kelly stated that the need for compassionate and trustworthy immigration legal services has never been greater. This is clear from the turnout of our Boston Public Library legal clinics.
So I guess, yeah.
Education and wellness programs have been expanded. They received $400,000. Tuition equity support addresses educational barriers. So the tuition equity programs with $84,000 supporting 11 organizations also received that. And so, yeah, that's cool. $2.1 million to immigration services.
That's good for them.
That is nice.
I'm glad that not only is she talking about it, but she's being about it.
That's right. Don't talk about it, be about it. Man charged with murder.
I can see, though, how people would feel some type of way
Yeah.
about it. You know,
Yeah, it's,
it's a lot of money, and
yeah.
and there's a lot of issues here. But I guess the fact is that the immigrants are here and they do need resources and services. So maybe in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot, but I do see where the controversy could come from for that. I'm fine.
Absolutely. Me too.
I don't got no money to give to anybody. So if the city want to do it, on it.
I like immigrants.
Me too.
So that's what it is, you know? A man charged with murder after 21-year-old woman found beaten to death in Roxbury. Authorities upgraded the charges of a man already in police custody for allegedly killing a Roxbury woman last Wednesday. Kevin Boyette, 36 of Boston, is now charged with murder, according to the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office. He was previously charged with assault in connection with the beating of 21-year-old Tatiana Flood. Jesus. On May 20th, Boston police responded to the area of 20 Annunciation Road just after 6 a.m. with a report of a body found in front of the apartment complex. Officials identified the victim as Flood and arrested Boyette shortly thereafter. It is unclear if Boyette and the victim were known to each other. Boyette will be arraigned Friday in Roxbury District Court on the murder charge. Did we know anything about this?
I didn't ever hear anything about this.
I never heard anything about that. And that's crazy. Why did he do that?
Yeah.
That's
sick.
It's terrible.
It's quite awful. Yeah. What else do we have here in the news? Sorry. 1 second. Let me just throw this up in there real quick.
Let me just throw this up in here a bit. Sorry.
Do it, Sauce. Do the thing that you do.
Oh, I'm stalling.
Yes.
Oh.
You're right. DA. The DA says that a third person is charged in the fatal Mattapan shooting from February. 24-year-old Jer Meeks of Mattapan has been charged in connection with the fatal Mattapan shooting from February, the Suffolk County District Attorney has announced. Meeks is being charged with 1 count of accessory before the fact and has been ordered to be held on bail. Alongside Meeks, Siobhan Darby, 29 of East Weymouth, and Roberto Orlando Taylor, 29 of Dorchester, were also charged back on May 8th. The incident took place on February 4th around 11:30 p.m. when officials responded to a report of a person shot in the area of 35 Tennis Road near Blue Hill Ave in Mattapan. I remember this. Upon arrival, officers found 33-year-old Mauricio Lawrence suffering from gunshot wounds. Lawrence passed away while being transported by EMS to Boston Medical Center. During the investigation, police obtained surveillance video which showed Meeks entering Lawrence's place of work about 6 hours before the shooting to record him. Outside, Darby and Taylor waited nearby in a Honda Accord. In audio obtained by the Honda's dash cam, damn, they had that dash cam in their own car that recorded them. Damn, that sucks. Meeks can be heard telling Darby and Taylor to wrap the gun up in a bag and try to catch the shells.
Wow.
Meeks also advised the two to pull different tire rims on the car, to put different tire rims on the car to alter its appearance, and to use special tape to cover the license plate, making the vehicle harder to detect.
That's illegal. It's pretty illegal.
It's all illegal, and it was all caught on its own, on the own car's dash cam. Later that day, Darby and Taylor followed Lawrence in the Honda Accord when he left work. As Lawrence arrived at his apartment door, Taylor approached him and fired. A shot spotter activation had detected 18 shots in 7 seconds. Taylor then returned to the car, and he and Darby drove away. Darby sent Meeks a text the following morning saying, "It's complete." Meeks, Darby, and Taylor are due back in Suffolk County Superior Court on June 17th for pretrial hearings. What?
Boy, I tell you.
Everybody's
just doing the most.
Is that RICO?
Everything is RICO these days.
Is that corroboration?
What's happening? Everybody's losing their minds, and I think that is where we're at right now, because these stories be terrible, but it just be like, all right, next story, because it's like, what? It's natural at this point.
Is conspiracy and is corroboration a word?
Trafficking.
But is corroboration a word? Mm-hmm. Oh, corroborate.
Yes, corroborate the witness.
Corroborate. Corroborate the witness. Oh, wow. The things that happen in life, you know? DA, a third person charged. Okay, we already heard that. 5 people arrested for falsifying MBTA track inspection records. Why y'all do that for? 4 former MBTA employees and 1 current MBTA employee was arrested and charged Thursday with allegedly falsifying red line track inspection records. Brian Freffinger, that's his name, 47 of Marshfield, Ronald Gamble, 62 of Dorchester, Jensen Vattel, 42 of Brockton, Natalie Mendez, 53 of New Bedford, and Andy Vincente, 36 of Bridgewater, have been indicted by falsification of records, aiding and abetting, and false statements aiding and abetting, U.S. Attorney Leah Foley said in a statement. Leah Foley be getting busy.
All the time.
Charges. They are accused of lying about performing track inspections on the red line. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Priscilla Casper. Colton has the night off. We do want to get right out to our Michael Rosenfeld. He's joining us live tonight. Michael, I understand their supervisor, who's also facing charges, allegedly knew all of this was happening. What are you learning tonight?
Yeah, Priscilla, that supervisor is on leave from the MBTA. 4 other MBTA workers have been fired. All 5 of them were based right here at the Cabot Rail Yard here in South Boston.
These surveillance images provided by federal prosecutors allegedly show MBTA staffers at the Cabot Rail Yard in Dorchester when they claimed they were inspecting track on the red line. 4 track inspectors, along with their supervisor, were arrested Thursday morning and charged with falsifying track inspection reports.
Natalie, do you have any thoughts on the charges today?
Defendant Natalie Mendez is one of the now fired employees facing charges. She and her attorney declined to comment as they left federal court.
Thank you. Did you falsify these reports, Natalie?
Natalie don't got a little purse.
The 4 track inspectors used the Cabot Rail Yard as an automobile repair shop, working on private vehicles during work hours. Everything from brake jobs to tire rotation. Prosecutors say their supervisor not only knew what was happening, but had them work on his own car too. And on at least one occasion, he allegedly created paperwork to show that his subordinates were working on inspections, even though they were not. They're also accused of sitting in vehicles, talking on their phones, or chatting in the parking lot when they were allegedly in the field conducting inspections.
It's very disturbing that there are individuals at the MBTA who are responsible for a key component of the safety of the system that could so blatantly disregard those responsibilities.
Keith Millhouse is a rail safety consultant.
It is a reflection of decades of failed oversight on the part of the MBTA and a failure to establish a culture where safety is the preeminent focus.
In a statement,
they should charge them with attempted murder.
Why?
Because they falsifying the record saying that the tracks is good and their tracks ain't good. And then the red line is always having problems.
That's true.
So they should all be charged with freaking attempted murder.
Attempted murder.
Freaking sickos.
Jeez. But what if they fixed your car?
I mean, they should have.
See, like things like that, I think that a lot of people do those kind of things. I think that when you start falsifying records and you start to not realize that there's cameras and you get very lazy and lackadaisical with your criminal activity, I feel like that's when people don't even have no like support for you. Like, oh, they was just doing a little side work. No, y'all was really frauding everything, and I think that y'all should do better in life.
Because if they ever turn on the little camera and on my laptop. That's going. Let me shut up. Leave the people alone.
That's terrible. Terrible. Y'all got to get real jobs and do the work.
Sometimes I be thinking about that. Like, what if they turned on this little camera to look at me? But I think
first of all, that's illegal.
That's illegal. Person injured following assault outside of Massachusetts General Hospital. So the other day we heard about the guy who took the police's gun and shot himself. This person now has been stabbed outside of Mass General Hospital. And, silver lining, Sauce said at least they're doing these things close to the hospital.
Yes. Because you have to know, I think that it's premeditated that I'm going to commit a crime in front of a hospital because you know that you're going to get hurt and you would like to stay alive. I think it's just very weird that they're choosing Mass General.
Mass General. Officers responding to a report of a stabbing near the hospital's lobby just after 8:30 a.m. found an adult victim suffering from a stab wound. Police described the victim's injuries as non-life-threatening in nature. The stabbing suspect, whose name hasn't been released, was quickly identified and taken into custody near 90 Blossom Street, police said. They didn't share any additional details. They reached out to Mass General for comment, and there's nothing. This brazen act comes just days after a man attacked a police officer, got a hold of the department-issued firearm, and shot himself.
Yeah.
Yep. The suspect in that incident has been ordered held without bail pending a dangerousness hearing. And Massachusetts firefighter arrested on child pornography charges. That's just awful.
A firefighter.
Yeah, was arrested on multiple child pornography-related charges. Kyle Litchwell, 34, a Sterling resident and a firefighter in the town of Berlin, was arrested Wednesday night. He was charged with 2 counts of possession of child pornography and 2 counts of distributing material of a child in a sexual act. Why he send it out?
Just be your own pervert. Do not invite anybody else to your pervert party.
On April 11th, Sterling police said they were contacted by the Massachusetts State Police Cyber Crime Unit Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, who received a tip about an incident of dissemination of a child sex abuse material and child pornography over the internet. The investigation led detectives to Litchwell. Berlin Fire said Litchwell was employed full-time with the town as a firefighter and EMT. Prior to May 28th, the town of Berlin had no known knowledge or complaints of allegations related to this case. Upon notification, our department acted swiftly and have fully cooperated with the investigating agencies, Berlin Fire said. Litchwell is no longer employed by the fire department.
That sounds like everything from Orange is the New Black. Litchwell, Bird, all of those.
All those words.
Those things.
Pornography.
So what happened here? He was just being a pervert and sending
sending out,
things
emailing
away?
video and pictures of a child in a sexual act.
I just don't get it. What is sexy about it?
I don't, child.
I don't. It's just like child pornography is one of those things that I feel you should immediately be castrated.
Yeah. A man accused of helping suspect wanted in Brockton double homicide evade capture is held without bail. So this was that shooting in Brockton with the 2 kids that got killed outside of the 17 and 15-year-old.
Oh, yes.
You know, the little boy that they're looking for in that murder. So a Quincy man who allegedly admitted to helping a suspected killer wanted in connection with a Brockton double homicide evaded capture was ordered held without bail on Thursday. David Mosley Lott, 32, appeared in Brockton District Court for a dangerousness hearing just days after he was arraigned last week on charges of accessory after the fact and intimidation of a witness for his alleged effort to help Da Vinci Leonard avoid arrest, according to the Plymouth District Attorney Timothy J. Cruz. A plea of not guilty has been entered on Mosley Lott's behalf. Officers responding to a report of a shooting outside the Chipotle at 500 Westgate Drive in Brockton on the evening of March 22nd found 2 victims, 18-year-old Savannah Alvarez and 15-year-old Timari Albertson, suffering from gunshot wounds. Alvarez and Albertson both died from their injuries. Brockton Police and Massachusetts State Police said they identified 22-year-old Da Vinci Leonard as the shooter following a preliminary investigation into the homicides. As the search for Leonard ramped up, investigators say they learned Mosley Lott had been in contact with the suspected shooter in the days after the incident. During an interview at his Quincy home on March 28th, Mosley Lott allegedly told investigators that Leonard slept at his home on March 25th after he picked him up in Boston. Investigators also alleged that Leonard and Mosley Lott instructed a woman with whom they were with to dispose of her cell phone after law enforcement tried to contact her. Another suspect, 24-year-old Jalen Speed of Dorchester, was also arrested last week on charge of accessory after the fact for his alleged efforts to aid Leonard escape justice. Brockton Police and the Massachusetts State Police are relentlessly pursuing any leads that may result in the successful capture of Da Vinci Leonard. Through their investigation, alleged accomplices like Mosley Lott and Speed will be identified, charged, and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Anyone with information of Leonard's whereabouts is urged to contact Mass State Police. After the double shooting, police announced that Leonard may have changed his appearance. Mosley Lott is due back in court in June. So he changed his appearance. Now this is him. This is Leonard here with these beautiful locks in his hair.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what do you think? He just cut his locks off?
He cut his locks off and probably cut his beard.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. He looks like Arnold.
He does.
Our cousin
Arnold. Yeah.
But that's not his name. He changed it all.
His name is
Nuki Anano.
Ankonuki. Harvard holds commencement while university attorneys face Trump administration in court. And I heard that the Harvard president had some nice little digs at Trump.
I think there's a clip in there,
right
and I'm
there.
excited about it because I hope that he educationally
Which one?
berated him.
Harvard.
That one right there.
Harvard held its commencement ceremony on Thursday morning in Cambridge while university attorneys faced off with President Donald Trump's administration in federal court in Boston.
It should be.
I think you cut off what he said.
That's a standing ovation for
Sorry.
Harvard's president, and quite a long one there as well, taking aim at the Trump administration during his address to graduates today, who, as he said, come from all around the world. And today, a federal judge ruled that Trump can't bar Harvard from enrolling those students.
It is yet another development in the saga between the Ivy League school and the administration, from freezing federal funding to threatening to revoke its tax-exempt status and calling to cut federal contracts. Commencement was a public opportunity to take a stand. Our Emily Maha will have much more on that in a moment. But first to our Sarah Kanji, live outside federal court with the decision about international students today. Sarah.
Eric and Ben, the judge extending a temporary block while Harvard's lawsuit moves forward through the system. The courtroom was full today. Students, scholars, alumni all showing up to show support.
There's a lot of trauma.
Speaking anonymously out of fear of retaliation, a recent Harvard graduate from China describes how international students are feeling.
People came here because they have faith in the respect for diversity and for rights to education, but we can feel that that beautiful thing that people are aspiring to is being lost.
She and others attended a federal court hearing. A judge extended a temporary restraining order against the Trump administration, which halts its move to revoke Harvard's ability to enroll foreign students, who make up a quarter of the student body.
It's definitely tense. I think that international students in particular have a lot of concern.
The Department of Homeland Security accuses Harvard of failing to maintain a campus free from violence and anti-Semitism, and that the university coordinates with the Chinese Communist Party.
This is a war on Massachusetts, make no mistake about it.
The state of Massachusetts filed a legal brief in support of Harvard's lawsuit, writing international students contribute nearly $4 billion to the state economy.
I think that it's hilarious that a institute of education now has a restraining order on the president of the United States of America.
Yeah, it's crazy because now he's after Chinese students, right? So we have
their turn.
Yeah, we have an article in the national news about Trump. He's saying that there's some of them maybe spies.
Oh, the Chinese students are spies.
Yeah, the young Chinese people are getting caught in Trump's crosshairs because he wants to know if they're students or spies.
And you know what? I'm not controversial.
Yeah.
Feelings right here. I know it's not all of them, but overwhelmingly, the Asian people have pushed this Trump train along by voting for him. And also, like coming in with all of this DEI foolishness, like the Asian population, the Chinese population was one of the people who helped that conservative white man push for like the Fearless Fund, the Black Fund for the Black Investment Fund for Black women businesses, who got that shut down because they said that they were discriminated against too. Y'all got to stop fighting against us all the time and maybe work with the Black people so that we all can advance in this world, because I'm not sure why y'all thought that you was gonna be out of. He been couldn't stand China.
Yeah. Maura Healey said, quote unquote, "It's so dumb, it's stupid."
It's stupid.
And I love it. I want a t-shirt.
There's a meme on the social medias, like on Twitter and threads and stuff, that like he's just so stupid. Everything he says is stupid. This passage means so much because you don't even have to know who I'm talking about for something to for Trump to be put in your head. What a dumb man.
He's a jackass. And finally, there's a lot of things more. The campaign roundup takeaway pro craft billboard and truck for Josh.
So Josh keeps getting in trouble for these little mishaps. Like he has a full campaign billboard truck that he's using right now, and the truck parked illegally. So now that's another low-hanging fruit that people somebody called 911. I mean, on 311 on the truck.
It says, takeaway from pro-craft billboard truck is Josh will park illegally and we won't. just a suggestion for the out-of-town billionaire pals of Robert Kraft and Gillette Stadium contractors funding the $1 zillion PAC campaign against Michelle Wu. Might be a good idea to tell the drivers of your new billboard trucks that claim Josh Kraft will fix traffic, but Wu won't, not to park straddling a no-parking zone and a crosswalk. And really, might be wise to be doubly sure not to do that at Herzana's home turf. Herzana's. Oh, that's like Your Honor. Herzana's home turf of Rosendale. People might notice that there. So far, there are 2 311 complaints about the e-billboard on wheels at your city, your future driver parked this afternoon on South Street in Rosendale Square in front of the space where Petco used to be. If only the truck were a little longer, the driver could have gone for a triple by taking up part of a bus stop as well. Actually, if you look at this photo, the truck looked like it's also parked in a bike lane. So a triple after all. Here's one, here's the other. Oh boy, who wrote this article? They hate Josh Kraft.
He's good. I keep on saying it. I think that his affiliation with his money is going to be his downfall. Yeah. People cannot see past that. And as the more that Donald Trump does, the more this is going to look bad on him because of his affiliation with his father, who is a big Trump supporter. So, I feel like this sucks for him.
It does. And it does because he's under a very big
microscope.
Thank you, because I was gonna say microphone.
Mm-hmm. Same as well. Though.
Yeah. From the city of Boston, because Boston is rich in culture, but we're not rich in money, and so that's a thing. Because we also know that Boston is very, haters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alston is getting a 2-story Korean barbecue place. Why?
Ain't all Austin is Korean barbecue?
It is. Because that's where I had Korean barbecue when I had
Austin has at least, if you go down there's at least 7 Korean barbecues in that Austin fromage.
I'd rather a Korean barbecue come over on the corner of my house than a damn El Punto.
You better leave El Punto alone. Speaking of El Punto, I'm not going to say nothing anymore because I got to safeguard myself.
Boston Licensing Board today approved plans for a national chain, plans for a 2-story Korean barbecue restaurant at 121 Harvard Ave with a beer, wine, and liquor license for buying from an Italian place in the North End, in a small reversal of a 20-year trend of licenses in the outer neighborhoods being snapped up by restaurants in Boston proper in the Seaport. Jen Korean Barbecue House will offer full service traditional Korean barbecue, at which patrons will have their own grill built into the center of their tables on which to cook their meats and fish. They already got a lot of 17 of those there. They don't need it. The chain's local attorney, Nick Zula, told the board at a hearing Wednesday it's a premium experience, but at an affordable price. Plans for the restaurant call for 86 seats on the first floor and 132 seats on the second floor.
Wow.
That's a lot. Those things can be very, very expensive. The little Korean barbecue place that I went to in Alston or Brighton, I don't know what's the difference, it was very, very expensive. I think we ended up paying like $100 per person.
Ridiculous.
Right. And all I had was a scallion
you
pancake.
told me about that, and I was like, I would have been pissed.
I was pissed because I had a scallion pancake. Anyway, because there's a whole bunch of pork meats, and I don't eat that.
I did that one time. I went out with a group of friends, and they ordered all kind of things, and there was nothing really that I could eat because everything was a lot of squids and porks and all kind of stuff. Yep. And it came up to that was back in the day. That came up to like $85. I almost lost my goddamn mind.
I was like, oh, okay, I gotta leave. Just cash at me. They gonna send me a cash app request for $112.
You should have gave them the $12. Said $12 back.
If it wasn't, and I remember because it was my good friend who be taking my son for a whole weekend, and I would have.
You got a scallion pack. I got a hot dog and some ramen noodle water.
Oh,
I remember that distinctly because I was like, I got hot dogs and ramen. I got that at home for $1.27.
Exactly. All of that because a pack of noodles cost 10 cents back in my day.
It do. It's the hot dogs that really be getting. All right, mommy.
I remember that noodle was 10 cents that day. No early morning quarter pounder delivery in Roxbury, but maybe downtown, the board decides. The Boston Licensing Board today rejected a proposal by a McDonald's franchise to serve bags of food until 3 a.m. to third-party deliverers at its outlet in the Washington Park Mall. Well, of course not. But gave conditional approval for his plans for those hours at his franchise on Tremont Street downtown.
Oh, so the same person that owns the one in Roxbury is the one that... Ain't that a black man? I think a black man owns that one on Roxbury.
Where is the Tremont Street McDonald's?
It's there on Tremont Street.
Oh, across from the
Commons.
Central Park.
It's not Central. Boston Commons.
Boston Commons. Board members said that they were swayed by a large outpouring of opposition from residents living near the Roxbury Mall who worried about public safety issues.
Absolutely.
Yep, if the McDonald's were allowed to extend its current 1 a.m. closing time. Would it be over to 1? After 2 hours, even if just for third-party pickup.
Because it's the third-party pickups that I'm afraid of. And that I have a problem.
The little people on scooters.
It's the people on the scooters that are working for Grubhub and Brub and Rub. And that's at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's already kind of crazy over there. We are gentrifying our own streets. We don't want it.
Rub. Based on those comments, I don't believe this extension of hours would be the public good for this neighborhood, said Chinatown. They didn't say that. The board rejected Chirag Selhi's request with prejudice, which means he has to wait at least a year to try again for later hours. Yeah, so it's Chirag Selhi is the owner.
Chirag.
What do you think? Who is he?
Chirag
Selhi.
I think that's the owner.
Yeah. Oh, he's not black.
He's
not.
Oh, and if he's not black, then I'm not going back to that McDonald's.
Yeah.
I only support black-owned business. So wait, where's the McDonald's that the black man owns?
He's an immigrant from India, and I think he owns the one on Morrissey too.
Really?
Yeah. He owns 18 McDonald's.
Oh, he got what's his name? Send me his name.
He just got engaged the other day.
That's fine. I don't need him for that.
Chirag Selhi. CHERAGSELHI.
You need to reinvest into the black community.
So because I always thought that there was a black man.
Oh, but he got a fine brother named VJ though.
That's who I want. That's the one that I want.
Fine.
How you spell it again? How you spell a man name? Because I'm gonna find him.
That's VJ right here.
Oh, that's VJ.
Yeah, that's the brother.
Oh, how spell it? Spell the man name again.
VIJ.
No, not VJ.
SELHI.
SELHI.
Chirag. CHER. This is him getting engaged the other day.
That's not how you spell it.
Look, they got engaged at McDonald's.
Tell me how you spell his name.
They got engaged at McDonald's.
CHERAG.
Chirag. Okay, got it.
Chirag Selhi. Engaged McDonald's French fries. Chirag Selhi Group. DBA McDonald's. Says McDonald's.
He's in Medford. Yeah, let me follow him.
Who this girl is? You think that was an arranged marriage? Do they still do that? I'm serious because I be watching a lot of arranged marriage movies, Indian movies on Netflix and stuff like that. So
well, they need to
But what VJ
arrange
saying?
marriage me.
What VJ saying?
Oh, they are like he a
DJ too. Look, he got some headphones on in this picture right here.
Oh.
We all in Chirag business.
Sorry, everybody. Just give me a minute. I'm doing business. God damn it.
And then lastly, Shakira concert at Boston Fenway Park has been canceled hours before the showtime. Shakira had a fall at her concert last week, so I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But Shakira's concert at Boston's Fenway Park and Jason Aldean and Brooks and Dunn's show have been canceled due to structural elements not being set up. To standard. Refunds. Look at that. I'm still on Chirag. Refunds will be available for ticket holders, and Live Nation confirmed that all team members are safe following the cancellations. Shakira's Las Mujeres Ya No Lloren World Tour, which had will.i.am and Wyclef Jean as guest artists, has been impacted by the cancellations in
Interesting.
Boston.
Speaking of Wyclef was in Boston yesterday at FET Boston.
And then it got
so yeah, he ended up going to FET and doing a little a little impromptu concert over there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I saw Power Surge getting some dub plates.
Oh, wow, Power Surge getting dub plates.
And Fett looked like it was kind of lit.
Did will.i.am was with him?
He was not. However, I just read in another article that Fett has a 1-day suspension due to that shooting that happened.
Yeah.
And I wonder what a 1-day suspension does for a restaurant.
Would they be happy every day off?
That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't give them a... I'm not saying that they should...
Oh, that's so funny. I thought I was frozen. Look how I've been freezing. I've been listening so intently.
And listening
wow,
intently.
That's so crazy. Anyhow, so that's what happened there. And good for them. I'm mad when I be missing shit.
Me too.
I wanted to be there.
Me too. And I be like, I don't know who gets to know.
Right.
These things. So
yeah, it's like one of those had to be there moments.
Yeah,
because nobody knew he was going to be there. But anyhow, that's the news right there. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Come back. We're gonna see what we're gonna do when we come back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In the morning, SparkFMOnline.com. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Smart.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Kuji Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment because your healing should fit your schedule.
At Kuji Wellness, we embrace the principle of Kuji Jakalia, meaning self-determination, the power to define, create, and speak for ourselves. Your healing journey is yours to own, and we're here to support you every step of the way. We also offer individual, child, couple, and family therapy, helping families connect, heal, and thrive together.
Visit us at kujiwellness.com and book your appointment, because when you heal, the community heals too.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets sold.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
soca, hip hop, R&B, Afrobeats, and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy. You peep the walk, yeah, I'm flossing on them. You can't get enough, you know you want this. Cause I got the sauce, catch my drip, drip, drip. I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy. You peep the walk, yeah, I'm flossing on them. You can't get enough, you know you want this. Cause I got the sauce, catch my drip, drip, drip. Drip beyond 1,000, your style beyond 100. Cause I've been stacking billions worth of knowledge in my pocket. A designer and an artist working harder than your hardest. I'm a vibe no matter the time when I'm in your space. Catch my fly. Look at the flick of the wrist. Been dripping all over this place. Been clicking all over your space. I laid it all on me with grace. Super ahead of my time.
You're listening to Spark FM online.
Check, 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 check. We are back in the building. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the morning. And it is F Word Friday. And on Fridays, we bring you guys the fun people. Not saying that nobody else is fun, but on Friday, we intentionally bring you guys some fun topics and resources and businesses to talk about. So today, we're going to welcome to Spark FM. We have the Woo!
It's not open.
Oh, Jesus. I was like, your computer. You just got that back. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Today we have the world famous Diddy Burger in the building, and we're really, we were really excited. And we'll tell you guys why when we get in the middle of this interview, why we are still excited, but still hungry. Still starving. So welcome, Diddy Burger. How are you? Or D Burger, how are you doing?
Yes.
I'm doing well, thank you. How you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. I'm gonna need you to turn around and speak right into that mic so they can hear you nice and clear.
Yes.
So tell us about yourself. Tell us who you are, and then we'll get into your wonderful food.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't be shy.
It's fun time. It's Friday. We're talking about your food. We're talking about your fun.
Yes.
Tell us everything.
What do you guys want to know?
So who are you? What do you do?
My name's Diddy, and
how's that going?
I'm the owner of the world famous D Burger.
And what makes this burger so famous?
Just because that's the best burger in the whole world, Craig.
Why?
Don't be acting shy. We've seen you out.
It's influenced by the ancestors, and it's very unique, and it's a gourmet burger. It's unique, and it has a lot of goodies in it.
So, what made you want to start this business?
Man, it came out of nowhere, and this thing that I used to do it for a while, and a couple years ago, and I just brought it back.
Have you always been into cooking? Are you a chef of any type, or like what made you decide that burgers was going to be your thing?
No, the burger, right? I came here when I was like, I'm Haitian, so I came here when I was 10 years old, and I used to live in Miami from that tragedy, and I moved to New York, and my cousin, he used to go to Western Beef, and we used to get like the ground beef, and he used to make burgers.
Yeah.
So I never seen, that's eating burger, and after that, that's later on, I just take it and I infuse it with Haitian spice, and then I make it.
Oh, so that's what makes the Diddy burger the
Yeah.
Diddy burger. You infuse it with spices, so it's not just a slap of beef on a piece of bread. It's made with, some secret ingredients.
Yes. That's
and
what my
some
motto is for you to eat that. You can't put nothing on it.
You don't, right. I remember that because when I had it, and I was like, oh, like where's the, like immediately, like where's the ketchup or whatever to find and put on it, and the girl was like, just try it, you don't need it, and I was like, really? And I tried it, and I was like, oh, it don't need it.
It don't need it. It don't need it.
So that's good. So now you mentioned that you're Haitian, and lately I've been seeing like a whole bunch of Haitian restaurants popping up everywhere. They're in Canton and Abington and all
across
over
the street,
and all of that. So what is going on? Like this Haitian uprising with food. How are you fitting into that? And where do you serve your burgers? You have a truck?
No, we do pop-ups and catering.
Okay.
Shout out to Gourmet Creole too.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well, you were did you go to the grand opening the other day?
I didn't have a chance to because we had our own event that
Oh,
was working on.
okay.
His son just graduated from college in California.
Nice.
Congratulations.
So you come over here too. Are you part of the business now, or have you been part of it, or is this something that you're going to now start doing, son?
No, not really. I'm an external consultant.
Oh, nice.
So when I'm here, I'm only in Boston about 2 months out of the year, every year. So.
And what'd you graduate with?
Philosophy and politics and economics.
Oh, nice.
All
okay.
right.
Oh, that's good to have him there. He help you with economics, make sure the business rises. How has business been for you?
It's going,
Yeah.
and this. Summers like really, since we don't have a location,
Yeah.
and we do pop-ups. Summers, that's when we really take over the street.
And we see you everywhere. So how many pop-ups would you be doing like during a summer? Like how
Oh,
much do you average it?
It's going crazy right now because our calendar's getting really filled.
Yeah.
And
I know, 'cause it was a hard time getting you in here.
Yeah.
No, that's it. So the calendar is filling up. Business is doing great. Like what are you most proud of when it comes to this burger? Not only do you have good burgers, but you also have good branding and marketing.
Yeah.
What is that something that you do yourself? Is that your idea, or do you have a great team around you that is helping you to kind of do those things?
You can't do everything by yourself. You have to have a team, but it's my ideas, and then they put it into reality.
Because we know you're affiliated with Everybody's Gotta Eat, which is
brother,
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
So do you? I know that I've seen you a few times out with Emmanuel. So do you is that your thing? Like you're with them all the time, or do you do your own thing as well?
Yeah, we together, but it's two different entities.
It's two different entities. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's cool. So now we got to get into the controversy about your name.
Yeah.
let's do it.
Because even while doing the flyer for it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I know that you have. Is it still Diddy Burger officially?
I'm still Diddy no matter what.
Yeah.
But
That's that's your name.
It's just like, my team is going back and forth, and then it wasn't
Yeah.
for me to change it, but I have to listen.
Yeah. I mean, good
That's not only me.
advice, strategic advice to make sure that your brand keeps going.
Yeah.
Do you feel any type of way because of the controversy that's going around there?
But kind of when you start talking to people and they taste your food and they get a different, you know.
Now they're not like associating that. Now they're like, oh, this that burger.
Yeah. Right. And then I remember one day I went to shout out to Medicine Man. He was doing a video. I went to the studio that he was doing it, and I was like, I have some Diddy burger. The guy was like, I don't want none of that stuff.
People be like, no Diddy.
I don't want to know that Diddy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's me. And after that, when he started eating the food, now he's following me. He's posting everything, you know, so it's different.
And but so you've officially changed the name to D-Burger?
D-Burger.
D-Burger. Okay, good. Okay. And then, do you only do burgers?
Yes, we do burgers, but also now we're trying to work on different options for catering too.
Like, we want the hints.
Wings and different things.
No, but you got a whole bunch of different burgers.
Yeah,
you got the Lambo burger.
Yeah.
What's that? With pepper jack cheese, toasted
the street
brioche.
call it the Lamborghini burger.
The Lamborghini?
the Lambo. Yeah.
You got the Sam burger.
Yeah.
Who's Sam?
That's salmon.
Oh, the salmon burger. Oh, okay. And are all of them made with the same ingredients?
They all different, you know.
Yeah.
They all have their own characters.
Oh wow! And the classic burger.
Classic is the classic beef burger.
And you can get any of these at any of the pop-ups.
Yes, and chicken.
So there is chicken.
Yeah.
The bird burger.
Okay. Yeah, the bird. Yeah, that's what people. So what do we do with turkey? Well, no, that was chicken.
I mean, you don't have a do you have a vegetarian
Yes,
one?
we have that, but I'm mostly working towards a veggie burger, towards vegan, because vegan is kind of like complicated to do a vegan.
Yeah. And I'm looking at your menu just now. Tristan, can you go back to that where it has the you also do seasoned fries and Lambo loaded fries?
I want that. That's the one. That's the one I want.
I like that.
The one.
What is a D-Bops?
That's the sliders.
Yeah, and it comes with pickles and homemade signature sauce. That I'm hungry. Go back
all
to
our
where you
burgers
came
come with
from.
pickles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't believe y'all showed up here without no damn food. I was so excited. I was like, I'm not gonna get my breakfast.
Me.
A Diddy burger this morning.
Listen, right? I know where you guys at now. I will stop by.
Okay, good.
So where can we find you? What's your next event, and where can people keep up with you to find you for different things?
Our next event for Juneteenth. Right now, we're doing a lot for Juneteenth, and I think
you're gonna be in the park over here.
Yeah,
Franklin Park.
Yeah,
okay,
good.
Okay.
On the 21st.
Yeah.
And then also we're talking to Privy. We'll probably do on the 29th.
The 29th. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And then, so how can people find you? What's you on social media? Can they find you to find out where you're gonna be? And your catering information as well.
Yes, we're on social media.
Okay.
And
World
it's
famous D-Burger.
World famous D-Burger. I think Tristan put it in the group chat. It's practically a group chat.
Yeah.
The group chat for you guys to go look at the menu. Follow them online. Like he said, they are literally everywhere during the summer. Like popping up all over the place. I got a couple of events that I might need y'all to get in on too.
Yes.
But yeah.
And also too on July, I'm working on it right now because we're so busy for June. You know, Juneteenth. We're doing a lot of, especially for the public school.
Yeah.
And Boston Public Health. We're doing a lot catering for them.
Yeah.
And that's something that I want to do. Last year I did it. I did it by myself. I didn't want nobody to be involved in it because I didn't want nobody to say that I was doing something for clout.
Right. Yeah.
And we fed over 400 people on that side.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, that's amazing.
So you're going to be doing that again this year?
Yes, it's going to be the same.
Well, tap
this year.
us in so we can help people, people rounded up to help you, some volunteers or
because
whatever.
Last year I didn't want to promote it.
Yeah.
So this, it's already out. So this year I want to do it bigger.
I mean, I want to see those kind of things promoted. You know, like oftentimes we see people doing stuff and they're just videotaping and we're like, well, if you had let us know, we could have came and support you. You know, so I'm glad that you are going to promote it this year because I think things like that are really, really important for this community.
Yeah.
Helping people eat.
Yeah. We did the men and women shelter on Mass Gas, and this year I want to do it bigger. I'll probably bring, a couple more catering on there.
The little burger walking around. That is adorable.
Absolutely cute.
Well, Diddy, it was, really, really good. Great having you in here. I know a lot of people around Boston are very, very familiar with your food. And again, it's great. If you haven't had a Diddy burger, find them where you can and have one. He will be at Juneteenth on June 21st up in the park, so make sure you go up there and get that. It is great talking to you, and I hope that we see a lot more of you, and congratulations on your rebrand.
Yes, I mean you're gonna do amazing. There's not too many things that you can say bad about a really well-made burger.
And that is American. It's American fare. It is the Great American Burger. So thank you, and we appreciate it. And
in this case, the Great Haitian Burger.
The Great Haitian Burger in America.
You can use that. People, that is Diddy Burger, the world famous Diddy Burger. Make sure that you look out for their logo and for their pop-ups all around Boston at your local festivals, black parties, events, buildings, all over the place. They also put on their own events to kind of network and get people involved. So if you follow them on Instagram, you can follow them. You can find out where they're going to be next and wish them, go get a burger. Go get a burger and report back and tell us how you feel.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Diddy. Right, and congratulations, young son. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll be right back with our national and entertainment news.
Yeah.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor? This is well, Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibe. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue. Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 26th to June 29th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival of celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, and 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish. Tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at BostonTheaterScene.com. That's June 26th to June 29th. The Boston New Works Festival.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you know mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got to go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for winning. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip-hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy. You peep the walk, yeah, I'm flossing on them, you can't get enough. You know you want this, cause I got the sauce. Catch my drip, drip, drip. I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy. You peep the walk, yeah, I'm flossing on them, you can't get enough. You know you want this, cause I got the sauce. Catch my drip. All the flavor for real, te lo juro. El sazón to your life, eso es puro. Tú sabes que yo soy de lo tuyo. Cause I got the sauce, the jugo. All the flavor for real, te lo juro. El sazón to your life, eso es puro. Tú sabes que yo soy de lo tuyo. Soy de lo tuyo, soy de lo tuyo. Ya tú sabes, soy de lo tuyo. Siento el orgullo dentro de mí, comenzando de ahí. Salió este hit, salió este beat, pegándose así, rompiéndote el mix, tan fácil así, bailándolo así. Tú sabes que sí, tú sabes que sí, tú sabes que I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy. Tú sabes que you peep the wow, yeah, I'm floss. Tú sabes que can't get enough, you know you won't. Tú sabes que I got the sauce, sauce, sauce. Tú sabes que I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy. Tú sabes que you peep the wow, yeah, I'm floss. Tú sabes que can't get enough, you know you won't. Tú sabes que I got the sauce, sauce, sauce.
I don't know why people think that they could just come here and not be at work. Shout out to Loud Minds. He is in the building today, and I just hired him to give tours. The man just came in here to hang out, and he's been opening doors, answering phones,
working,
doing tours. I don't know what you thought. Yeah. It's time for our national news. Make sure you guys go follow Diddy Burger or the world famous D Burger on Instagram and find out where they are going to be next, and look out for their volunteer opportunities to help feed the homeless.
Oh, he got all kind of something. Seasoned fries, barbecue chicken, stew chicken, rice and beans, collard greens, mac and cheese, and all kinds of things on this menu.
That look nice.
I was hungry.
It's time for our national and world news. Students or spies? The young Chinese caught in Trump's crosshairs. Oh, poor little spies.
Poor little young Chinese.
Zhao Shen turned up at the U.S. consulate in Shanghai on Thursday morning, hours after Washington announced that it would aggressively revoke the visas of Chinese students. The 22-year-old had a visa appointment. She had headed to Michigan in the autumn to study communications. After a pleasant conversation, she was told her application had been rejected. She was not given a reason. I feel like a drifting duckweed tossed in wind and storm, she said.
Wow.
That is bearable.
It really is. What did she say? I feel like a drifting duck in the wind?
A duckweed tossed in the wind and storm, she said, using a common Chinese expression to describe feeling both uncertain and helpless. She had been hopeful because she already had the acceptance letter, and she thought she had narrowly escaped the bombshells in recent days. First, Donald Trump's administration moved to end Harvard University's ability to enroll international students, a move that has since been blocked in court. And then it said it had stopped visa appointments for all foreign students. But now Shen is ready for Plan B. If I can get a visa eventually, I'll probably take a gap year. Then I'll wait to see if things will get better next year. No, baby girl. A valid visa may still not be enough, she added, because students with visas would be stopped at the airport and deported. It's bad for every Chinese student. The only difference is how bad. It has been a bleak week for international students in the U.S. and perhaps even harder for the 280,000 or so Chinese students who would have noticed that their country had been singled out. And that is sad for them. And I wish them the best in getting things, situated.
Take the gap year, baby girl.
Yeah, you might have to take 4 of them, or you're gonna have to find a nice college in China, somewhere, or Asia, and you're gonna have to find somewhere else to go, baby. Go to this clip. I want to see what Christy Nome says. I'm tired of seeing her. She looks like a blow-up Barbie.
I can't stand her. She looks like a bootleg Barbie that you get in the Dollar Tree.
Exclusive. Christy Nome said a migrant threatened to kill Trump. Investigators think he was set up. Well, of course, nobody said that to Christy Nome, so I'm not sure or told her that. She's a bastard.
Security Secretary Christy Nome yesterday, accusing an undocumented immigrant of sending a letter threatening to kill President Trump.
Damn.
Tonight, though, sources tell CNN that investigators actually believe that individual was set up. Law enforcement believes the man, Ramon Morales Reyes, never wrote this letter that the secretary posted here, which promises to, quote, self-deport back to Mexico after shooting, quote, your precious president in his head.
Oh, damn.
CNN's law enforcement correspondent Whitney Wild has this exclusive reporting. Whitney, what exactly do investigators believe happened here?
Well, Caitlin, what they think happened here was that this was an effort to try to benefit a man in another case. So to put it plainly, Reyes was the victim of an assault and robbery case. And what sources we spoke to believe happened here was that the intention was to try to get Reyes deported before that robbery and assault case went to trial later this summer. And here's how investigators figured it out, Caitlin. This was a pretty standard investigation. They reviewed this letter, they went to investigate the threat, and they had Reyes do a handwriting sample. And what they found was that the handwriting sample that Reyes provided did not match the handwriting of the letter that you see on your screen right there, and that was sent to multiple different agencies. And further, Caitlin, investigators reviewed jail calls involving a person they believe was involved in actually penning this letter. The Milwaukee Police Department told CNN they are investigating an identity theft and a victim intimidation case surrounding this incident. There are no charges filed yet. The Department of...
Hey, JJ.
You know what's so crazy about this is that they could have presented a letter that we watched a video and seen the man writing, and I still wouldn't believe it. Like, I don't believe there has been no, like, legitimate document that they have ever put out at any time since this presidency that has been fact-checked and or accurate or even confirmed that it was that.
I feel like it's always that 2 days later they come back and be like, oops, our bad. That is a lie.
We decided to let this man go because we decided that we are not going to do it.
Right.
What? What didn't you do?
We lied.
We lied every time, and y'all keep believing us, so we're gonna keep lying. I mean, that's just insane to me that you guys are still believing that some man who is easily caughtable would be threatening the president knowing about what's going on right now.
Right.
I'm confused by what y'all be thinking.
Me, I don't understand.
We got a letter. Where'd you get the letter, honey? Where? They emailed it to you? They sent it in? They sent it to you guys? You guys just happened to go into somebody's house one day and found the letter? You mysteriously found the letter?
Horrible.
That doesn't matches the man's handwriting. You think he scribble-dibbled on one?
Not scribble-dibbled.
What is it? What's happening?
Yeah.
Trump's Air Force One deal with Qatar not finalized, being reviewed by legal teams.
You don't say.
I mean, it's illegal. The legal team doesn't have to actually, do a lot of work. It's illegal.
It's illegal. A luxury 747 as a gift from the government of Qatar for use as Air Force One. The gift raises ethical and national security questions. Our chief Washington correspondent John Carl is here in our studio with us with the story. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Michael. That's right. The Pentagon has made it official. The Trump administration is accepted that lavish 747-8 jumbo jet known as the Flying Palace, as we first reported here on ABC News, as a gift from the government of Qatar to be used as Air Force One.
President Trump brushed aside security and ethical concerns about his administration accepting the luxury jet as a gift from Qatar.
They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing.
A Pentagon spokesman says the gift, which is so lavish it's known as a Flying Palace, was accepted in, quote, accordance with all federal rules and regulations.
I doubt it.
The plane's value is estimated at as much as $400 million, but it will take millions more in taxpayer dollars to modify it to meet Air Force requirements to operate as the presidential aircraft. Although some of the president's Republican allies have raised questions about accepting such a big gift from a country with ties to China, Iran, and even Hamas, President Trump says there is nothing wrong with it.
Some people say, oh, you shouldn't accept gifts for the country. My attitude is, why wouldn't I accept the gift? We're giving to everybody else. Why wouldn't I accept the gift?
The Constitution bans any federal office holder from receiving a gift from any king, prince, or foreign state without the consent of Congress. As ABC News first reported, Attorney General Pam Bondi signed off on a plan for the Air Force to accept the plane as a gift and then transfer ownership to Trump's Presidential Library Foundation shortly before he leaves office. How that would work is unclear. The Pentagon referred questions to the Air Force saying, quote, details related to the contract are classified. The deal infuriating Democrats.
Shut up.
This gift screams national security risk.
Schumer, you the reason why this big beautiful bill even made it past anything in the first place. Y'all being complacent and lame.
And lame.
You know?
I thought the article was saying that Qatar. When did it change? When did we change it to Qatar?
Isn't that a Bayesian term for
like a sandwich?
Yeah.
So Qatar, didn't they start off? The article started off saying that Qatar is saying that they didn't offer the plane, that Trump asked for it, basically, right?
Trump did. I believe that Trump asked for it. I believe that they worked out some illegal deal that he would get it in turn for some, favorable favors or requests. I think that it's insane to me that like the Pentagon and everybody else is like, yes, he should accept it. The president should fly to go golfing in a flying palace, and then after it's not. And my problem is, it don't get to stay with any of the following presidents. He is then gifting it to himself, so that he can continue to use a so at that point it becomes a personal gift that he's being bribed with from a foreign country. And I think that is crazy that these people be like, that's fine. You can do it. The president could do whatever you want. Hold that same energy when the next president is there. I don't want to hear a MAGA or Republican say a damn thing about what any other president does after Donald Trump.
No, say that.
Just don't say it, because every time they say something, they should just show a clip of Donald Trump doing worse and what they said in response. It's okay for the president to do whatever he wants, and the president is above the law.
He can do.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry that America is going through that. It's not right to America.
Not at all.
Woman in coma after violent break-in at California home of Beanie Babies billionaire. Oh, wow. Beanie Babies are still around?
Well, if you have them, I guess they're collector's items and they're worth a lot of money.
I feel like we got a lot of them
in the CVS the other day.
Really?
They do, but they're not necessarily Beanie Babies. They're just
plushie
Thai brand or whatever.
A 42-year-old Nevada man was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder and kidnapping after a woman was violently attacked during a break-in last week at a Southern California mansion owned by the Beanie Babies billionaire Ty Warner, according to authorities and court document. The victim, named in a criminal complaint as El Malik Aslanian, was in a coma after suffering a brain injury during the attack May 21st at the home in coastal Los Angeles. Oh, damn. He beat the coma out of into her. Warner, founder of the company that makes the stuffed toys that became a fad in the 1990s, was home at the time but not hurt, according to the complaint obtained by Los Angeles Times. His relationship with the victim wasn't immediately clear.
So he just randomly broke in?
Interesting, and beat her into unconsciousness, but you didn't get nothing.
Right.
Russell Maxwell Fay was arrested after a standoff with deputies, during which he locked himself into a bathroom before jumping from a second-floor window. The resident of Henderson, Nevada, pleaded not guilty to multiple charges, including attempted murder, kidnapping, assault, and burglary. A lawyer for Play couldn't be located, and the public defender's office didn't immediately reply to an email. He is out on he's being held on $100,000 bail. That's terrible.
Yeah,
I want one of those Beanie Babies. Oh, only the ones. That's it.
Those were the ones that they were showing in the creek.
Oh, he did it, and that officer got a fat butt. Golly. She should wear looser pants. They're terrible.
He looks like
he looks like a clown. Like he did it on purpose. Like he just did it. He probably smiled through beating her behind, which is crazy. That's nasty work. A South African woman is sentenced to life in prison for selling her young daughter.
Yeah, this is big news.
Why did she do that?
She's terrible.
What is she?
She's an aborigine.
She got to be, because that is a difficult looking woman. A South African woman was sentenced to life in prison Thursday for selling her 6-year-old daughter. Kelly Smith was sentenced by a judge alongside 2 others, her boyfriend and another man who also received life sentences. All 3 were convicted earlier this month on kidnapping and human trafficking charges. All right, Diddy. Smith's daughter, Jocelyn, went missing in February 2024 when she was 6 years old, sparking a nationwide hunt by police in South Africa. She was still not been found. Smith's boyfriend, Jacqueline Apollos, and his friend Stefano Van Rijn were sentenced to life terms for human trafficking and 10 years each for kidnapping. Their sentences were read out by Judge Nathan Ramius. Smith, whose real name is Raquel Chantal Smith, was initially figure of sympathy when her daughter went missing. Community members rallied around her and volunteered to help police search for Jocelyn. Get to the point.
She still has not been found. Oh.
No. Smith said she had left Jocelyn with Apollos on the day she disappeared, but the case took a shocking twist when Smith was arrested. A woman testified during the trial that Smith had told her she and the 2 men had sold Jocelyn for around $1,000 to a traditional healer who wanted the child for her body parts.
For her body parts.
The judge's verdict did not make any conclusions on who the child was sold to or exactly what happened to her, but said she had been sold for slavery or practices similar to slavery. So they still haven't found the baby.
They still haven't found her. They said, I did see the little picture of the little girl. She's so cute. She had 2 little ponytails with little red bows in her hair, and they said that's been broadcast all over. With people looking for this little girl, and they do not know where she is.
They sold her for $1,000?
Yeah. It says so her eyes and skin could be cut out and used for medicine.
Jeez.
The discovery of a child's discarded clothing near Jocelyn's home last weekend heightened emotions.
Look at her.
Oh, I see her.
You see her?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if life in jail is enough. They should sell her and allow them to use her for medical science as well.
Oh my God!
How do you sell your baby for $1,000?
$1,000.
$1,000. Wow! And now you have life in prison because you needed $1,000 so bad that you would sell a child for her body parts. You're not selling the girl to somebody who wants a baby or somebody who wants to adopt or whatever. You're literally selling the baby to kill her for her body parts, like a car.
Yep, you who was it? Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend and his friend. I'm glad that they all got very long sentences, and they should never see the light of day ever again in their whole lives. Yeah. Ever.
Yep.
Ever.
So last year, the Rainbow Nation saw more than 17,000 kidnappings, an 11% increase on the previous year. 17,000 kidnappings.
Wow. That's crazy. Look, she don't look like she's sad at all. No. You had the country looking for your child all around the place, all over the place, and nothing. And you just sold her for $1,000.
This is why these Africans feel like they had to come here.
She's probably an African. That's probably what they're going to do to our children over here. Send them back. Trump's tariffs are under threat. Reports aren't seeing a big rebound yet. That's bad news for prices. So for a little while, I think prices are going to be very crazy, and then they might go back down once because he's illegal.
But that's what he told us.
U.S. ports have been seeing pandemic level declines in imports. So good news on tariffs was just what port officials were hoping for. For a while on Wednesday, it looked like retailers and ports got exactly that, with a court blocking many of President Donald Trump's tariffs, but a federal appeals court on Thursday quickly paused the ruling. That kind of whiplash underscores why, even when there's news on tariffs easing, goods don't start flowing into the U.S. ports right away. And that could mean fewer goods on store shelves in the coming months, cutting into available choices and raising prices for everyday Americans. I think there was an expectation that all of a sudden everything would start coming in again. I don't think you've seen that huge rush and bring things in again, because I think folks are still being cautious on how this is going to proceed. Even after Trump lowered tariffs on China from 145%, which is stupid, and it sounds dumb, to 30% earlier this month, America's largest ports have yet to see a rebound. The Port of Los Angeles reported a 30% import decline during the final week of May compared to last year. That's 30%, damn. The Northwest Seaport Alliance, which represents the Port of Seattle and Tacoma, says imports also dropped by 30% from the last week in April to the first week in May, and volume is significantly lower compared to last year. I mean, that's what y'all voted for.
Right.
So people should just try to be as frugal as possible for the next couple of months. Don't buy nothing until all of this eases it or balances itself out.
Yeah.
Y'all don't need nothing.
We can't even, but the thing is though, what's sad about it is like, that's good advice for people to try to cut down on the spending. And then, you know, people would take advantage of places like, what you call it, that just closed, all the little stores that just closed, Daily Table, so they can spend less money, or you know, the food pantries or things like that. But they've cut so much funding that even those places don't have a lot of food available to help a lot of people. So it's just going to be some very, very trying times. This is definitely the depression.
Yeah, in many different ways, not only with financial, but like in general. Like, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
And we're going to very quick commercial break, and we're going to come back in a few minutes with our entertainment news, which should be very, very fun.
Yeah.
Bye.
You are now listening to Spark.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Kuji Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment, because your healing should fit your schedule.
At Kuji Wellness, we embrace the principle of Kuji Jakalia, meaning self-determination, the power to define, create, and speak for ourselves. Your healing journey is yours to own, and we're here to support you every step of the way. We also offer individual, child, couple, and family therapy, helping families connect, heal, and thrive together.
Visit us at kujiwellness.com and book your appointment, because when you heal, the community heals too.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-Made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets sold.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with we, you are gonna see a million. We got it gon' go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
So excited, ooh, how I like it. I try, but I can't find it. Oh, you dancing real slow.
Yeah.
I'm an Inman's mirror.
Hey,
you're making it hard for me.
This is the kind of songs that I like. I like a little innuendo. You know what I mean? I don't like no outright, let me put it in your whatever. I like these little songs. You're making it hard for me when there's a little bump coming through. You know, things like that. These people, why can't y'all go back to love songs like that? Little innuendos. Everybody's so nasty these days. I don't like all this nastiness.
To schedule the okay, so we are you want to shake it up a little bit?
News. Let's shake it up.
Oh well, the entertainment news is a little bit
same.
Shake it up. Shitty.
Hey, that's funny.
Sean Diddy Combs trial recap. Mia, a former assistant, testifies that Combs sexually assaulted her many times. So we'll get into this. So this is
the same one?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Capricorn?
No. This
okay.
is her. This was his personal assistant. Well, the trial of Sean Diddy Combs continued Thursday in a Manhattan federal court with Mia. She's using a pseudonym for an alleged victim and former assistant to Combs, testifying that he physically and sexually assaulted her multiple times. She describes a harrowing work environment dominated by Combs' unpredictable and terrifying behavior. She said she witnessed Combs unleash multiple attacks on his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Federal prosecutors said that for decades, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women to participate in marathon sexual encounters called freak-offs and used his business empire as well as guns, kidnapping, and arson to conceal his crimes. The 55-year-old hip-hop mogul is facing 5 criminal counts, 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sexual trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has pleaded not guilty. If convicted, he could face life in prison. Here are some of the key takeaways from Thursday's testimony from Mia, a former personal assistant. She recalled that a few months into her employment, she was with Combs celebrating his 40th birthday in a hotel penthouse. He served her shots of vodka before kissing her and putting his hand up her skirt. I was shocked and I froze. I couldn't even process what was happening, she testified. In 2009 and 2010. Actually, let me go to our good friend Jill Joe. She gives all the juicy details, and I prefer those over these accounts. Let me see. All right, Act 2. More testimony from Mia done dropped Swiss Beats' name as being a witness to Puffy throwing a computer at her when the Wi-Fi was taking too long to be fixed. Now Hollywood calling their attorneys because no one wants to be called as a witness. Again, this is a recap from our friend Jill Joe. She's also a writer, so this is why she has been kind of recapping these things for people like me who were nosy. He threw a bowl of spaghetti at her because she didn't do what he asked immediately. She needed to change her tampon as her period had started and was started running down her legs. He became enraged and yelled, "Do it now," threw the spaghetti, told her to get the F out the house, chased her out. She was barefoot. She hid in a bush and then went to a hotel, suspended without pay after this.
Damn.
He sexually assaulted her after only a few months on the job, verbal, physical, multiple times, shoved her into a wall, pushed her in a pool, slammed her arm into door, threw an ice bucket at her head. First, the first act of sexual assault said she had 2 shots he poured on a 40th birthday party. Eyes lost focus. He groped her under the dress. Next thing she remembers, she was in a chair in his penthouse. The second time she awakened with him on top of her. The third time she was in his closet packing a bag when he forced her to perform orally. And the fourth time on a plane in the back, there were other people on the plane. She never did drugs until she worked for him. He gave her substances, said she was now part of the Breakfast Club. On another occasion, she tried to say no. He wouldn't let it go, turned serious, tried to fake it, but he got close to her face and separated out a dose and made her snort the substance. Inserted himself into production on a film set Cassie was casted in, which was the perfect match from hair to wardrobe. If Mia and Cassie did something without his permission, the consequences would be unpredictable and terrifying. One incident, while in the Turks and the Caicos, she was awakened by Cassie pleading for help. "Puff is going to kill me," she said. They blocked the hotel door and escaped. Jumped on a paddleboard in the middle of the ocean while Puffy on the beach screaming for them to come through.
And paddleboarding is not easy.
Bro, because we know.
Yeah, you know.
When asked why she didn't call Popo, she said she believed Puffy's authority was above the Popo by my God today, and that there was no examples of people standing up, and she thought it was under the signed NDAs with his business regarding confidentiality. She testified that Cassie had an audio recording of Puffy domestic violencing her. At Brad Pitt's movie premiere, Cassie had bruises that Mia tried to cover up with makeup. Puff sat beside Cassie, digging his nails into her arm, talking low through gritted teeth, told Mia to take care of her and get arnica gel for her bruises. He described Puffy as heartbroken when he found out about Kid Cudi. And she braced herself for something really, really bad that could happen. Customary to clean, as his assistant, she was customary to clean hotel rooms prior to housekeeping so no one would sell anything to TMZ. Rooms were destroyed, menstruation, blood, broken glass, oils on walls, candles, wax everywhere. So this speaks to why people keep saying, why didn't she leave? I can't. She could not leave. The girl could not leave.
Sad.
Every
and
time
this is the assistant. She's talking about her story.
She's talking about her story, and coupled like when they had to go on the paddle boats, they went out, they got on paddle boats and rode into the middle of the ocean. She couldn't leave. He sat there and summons them back and then beat they behind when they got back. That's crazy. God, how do you escape that?
I don't know. That's so
And then people are still like, well, where's the trafficking? He should be in jail, period, because of how he was treating these women.
The way that the trafficking was whenever he took any woman anywhere with him. That's
with
the
him,
trafficking.
because you were engaging in freak-offs and you were using your coercion. She said, in another passage, Jill said that he had control over her credit cards, her money, her career, her cars, everything. There was no way for the girl to get away. And I want people to stop asking why she wasn't leaving.
How did she finally get away?
I guess he got tired. He started dating other people and probably turned his things to other people. Or there was in her first lawsuit, I think the one that I read those court documents, it did end up saying how she did get away. I'm going to actually look that up because I actually want to know too.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that was crazy. That's crazy. You went and hid in the bushes until he couldn't. Like, that's scary. That's things you see in a movie.
Yeah.
I do believe that they never called everybody else that witnessed this never called the police because they were very comfortable for the opportunity. Yeah. They said the defense tried to make it seem like pretty much everybody took the opportunities and the come up instead of trying to protect someone else. Yeah. Everybody was they were pretty much living off of Diddy, and was also afraid of him, that they just kind of turned a blind eye and just forgot about it. Yeah. Because
this thing says that Cassie was able to leave her relationship with Sean Diddy Combs in 2018 after a reported incident of rape in her apartment. That was the one where they went for the,
yep.
She then married personal trainer Alex Fine in 2019 and now has 3 children with him. Her lawsuit against Combs, which included allegations of years of abuse and sexual assault, ended with an 8-figure settlement. So
even with that one,
some other comments say he basically was done with her.
Yeah, I feel like he was over it. Like after 10 years of abusing someone, sexing them all over the place and prostituting them. Carisha. But it seemed like Carisha probably was, I don't know, like, did anything happen to her, or was he above that? Yeah, like I think at that point he must have not been so pompous. Like at this time you're a billionaire.
At this time he was getting old.
You're a billionaire. You did all that.
And
now you just want to have fun and raise your kids. Things.
And that's the thing too. I mean, he had these kids now
that were growing up.
All these grown children. So.
Yeah, and would be going around him looking at,
That's why
that's
he started
crazy.
calling himself Brother Love.
This is true.
This is true. Trying to change his image.
What a harrowing experience.
Boy,
that is awful.
That is terrible.
I can't imagine.
I feel so bad.
Yeah.
White House addresses Tiger King's Joe Exotic request, and I believe that they should pardon Tiger King.
Yeah.
Why?
What did he do?
What he didn't do nothing interesting. All he did was threaten people all the time.
And feed people drugs.
And he's mad. He's mad because he's like, how they gonna pardon the Chrisleys and not me?
Exactly. What did he do? I like Tiger King. I felt like he was just a little cooked.
Yeah, he was very entertaining, and the people that were involved in the stuff that he was involved with were definitely there on voluntary basis.
He was convicted of multiple federal crimes, including attempting to hire someone for murder.
I remember that. Yeah.
Falsifying government.
Good morning, cats and kittens.
And violating Endangered Species Act.
That cat and kitten
lady was sentenced to 22 years.
22 years.
Pardon that man. Wow. If y'all could pardon Larry Hoover, you guys could pardon.
Is he pardoned?
I could call Tony yesterday because Trump pardoned that man from his 30-year set. What is
federal.
it? 30-year federal sentence. The man is serving 222 years in the state.
You really pardoned?
And that's why we know these things are all for show.
Yep.
They're not a waste serious. Of a pardon. Yeah, they're not serious. Kentrell was living in his mansion with a foot monitor. So did he get did you really do a big pardon? Like you did your big one with him? He was free in his mansion in Ohio on his acres of land.
Who's Kentrell? Is
that's NBA Youngboy. Never NBA. Broke again.
Why does Donald Trump even know who NBA Youngboy is?
He doesn't. They wanted to know. He probably asked some Negro who they should pardon, and they were like, "Ooh, let's do Larry Hoover because the older black folks like him, and then we'll do YBN Youngboy because he's got a crazy fan base." NBA.
He did Kodak Black, so
he did Kodak Black, and Kodak Black wasn't a good one for him.
And he did Lil Wayne too.
Yes, Lil Wayne was a good one because Lil Wayne has a huge white fan base, and there's still some old Negroes that be like, Lil Wayne's greatest of all time, which I do believe as well.
He's in there. He's top 5.
Yeah, definitely top 5. Dead or alive.
Yeah.
But NBA Youngboy, I think because he has such an extensive fan base, and right after he got pardoned, he did this big thank you to Donald Trump.
He has an extensive fan base. You know one song by NBA Youngboy?
Yes, I do.
I don't know one.
I do. Oh. It's emo music. Right?
That's it.
Is he do the emo music like XXXTentacion?
I know A Boogie with a Hoodie.
Do you know one song by A Boogie Buddy with a Hoodie? A Boogie with a Hoodie? You don't. You don't know it.
I don't know nothing by. Why hear him free Pooh Shiesty?
Exactly. Pooh Shiesty's in jail still? Yeah. Did he get off?
Pooh Shiesty ain't getting out.
Oh. That's terrible.
Yeah.
In the Tory Lanez saga. Tory Lanez gate. New old evidence.
New old evidence.
New old evidence has been released. They have released the court evidence to the public, which shows the night that she was taken in, that she went into the ambulance, and how what she already said, she lied to protect Tory Lanez. So now they're saying, see, she lied. Well, she said it. She said that she lied to protect Blood. That's the first thing she said. She literally said, I lied to protect him. There was no gun. She didn't even get shot. She said it was glass. The medical examiner's report that was confirmed and testified in court says there were bullet fragments in her foot, and there are still some bullet fragments still in her foot to this day. She said that she never slept with Tory Lanez. She lied on the documentary and said that she lied, that she didn't sleep with him. Yeah. And black woman is never accountable. Y'all don't want to hold the black man accountable for being in a car with an unregistered, unlicensed gun that deployed in some type of way and hurt someone, because as a criminal, you know that if you are in the possession of a gun and they get caught, you are going to jail. And they know that if it hits somebody and it hurts them, you're an accomplice and you're going to jail.
Do you think I just don't like Tory Lanez because he's a short man? I think that's what it is.
My problem is I like Tory Lanez.
I like his music.
I like his music. I don't like his personality and who he is as a little man. However, I think that the boy is talented, and I think that he just got over here and got too big for his own little tiny britches and decided to be a menace to society instead of a good citizen. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem, is that y'all want to hold women accountable all the time, but y'all don't want to hold this man accountable either. He lied as well. Yeah. He lied throughout this whole entire thing, and nobody want to say that Tory Lanez lied. Yeah. I'm not sure. You lied when you didn't say that Tory shot him. You lied when you said that you were sorry, and that was because I cheated on her. You cheated on Kelsey, so why wouldn't you be apologizing to Kelsey? Why are you apologizing to the side piece, which would have been Megan? But y'all don't want to. Y'all don't want to put anything together. Y'all are on TikTok, going through people who didn't take any time to read the public testimonies. And let me tell you how public it is. All you got to do is type in Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez public testimony or public transcript, and the first thing that will come up is that transcript. And you guys, with your good eyes and your good brain, could read through all of that and realize that this evidence is not new.
Pooh Shiesty is out of jail.
Told you.
He's in a halfway house.
Told you. Mm-hmm. And
he got out in March of 2025.
What the Pooh Shiesty supposed to be doing?
I don't know.
See, nobody even knows. Nobody even knows why people be locked up, and y'all just talking about free them.
Federal conspiracy charges in January 2022 and was sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison. Oh, okay. So that's it. He didn't have a long sentence.
Yeah, he's fine. All of these people are fine. No. Tory Lanez is fine.
You know who he should have pardoned? He should have pardoned the one with the long trial, Young Thugger.
Oh, yeah, so that he can know, because Young Thug needs to be under some type of stipulations, because he won't shut up. If I'm doing 15 years of probation with little leeway, let me tell you what I'm not going to be doing. I'm not going to be on the internet talking about free Tory Lanez.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he said that?
I don't know. I think he might have. It sounds like it's it's brand.
Oh, my goodness.
It's his brand.
Okay.
And then last but not last day, we had one more story, and this one was pretty. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's lavish Venice wedding has to wait. The billionaire isn't walking down the aisle without a prenup to protect his $220 billion fortune.
Yeah, because he was like, look at how Mackenzie out there living large with my money. Mm-hmm. No.
I thought that I would have had her sign a prenup when we started dating.
Child, and an NDA.
Prenup, NDA, a license to shut up, like all of the things.
Yeah.
She looks like the border czar. Gnome.
Lauren Sanchez, she's a little fox.
Christy Gnome. Well, if I was a billionaire, I would date a white woman like that too.
Yeah, that's the kind of white woman.
Little puffy face, little puff lips. And
where is she from? She Mexican?
She's got to be Scandinavian.
Her last name is Sanchez, honey.
Okay. Lauren Sanchez.
Where is she from?
She is Lauren Sanchez. She's 55 years old. She's an old bird. Okay, Laura.
Where's she from?
I not know. Oh, right here. She the fly who. Oh, she's wrote books before. Mm-hmm. She's from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
So she's New Mexican?
Mm-hmm. Is New Mexican Mexican?
No,
I don't know.
That's American.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How come he didn't change? How come he didn't change the American New Mexican to New America?
He's going to soon.
Why would you change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, but not change the one that you got here that's named New Mexico?
Right. Speaking of New Mexico, did you watch the end of Handmaid's Tale?
No, not yet. I'm gonna watch it today when I go home.
Don't piss yourself off and watch that, okay?
Yes, it's funny because yesterday when I was searching very desperately to find something to watch, I said, I don't feel like watching The Handmaid's Tale.
That's exactly,
yeah.
and I didn't either. And I was like, let me just watch this to get it over with because it is the season finale. Handmaid's Tale is done.
Trump probably put a stop to that. Like, hey, you guys are telling the secrets and we need this to be stupid.
And that would make more sense than what it was. And I'm very, very disappointed because, I'm very, very adamant, have been very, very adamant about my love for The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
And it just really, really was very, very, very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah.
Anyhow, what's your plans for the weekend?
My plans for the weekend, I am at Boston's Got Talent again today. That is going to be at the Lee School, the Perkins Center. And I will also be at 1102 Blue Fundraiser on Saturday as well. That will be from 1 to 5. I think they said the Bruce Bowling Building, and there will be food and all kinds of good stuff there.
Good entertainment.
I don't remember if there's anything else happening around there.
New date for the Jamboree will be
June 15th.
June 15th. Yes, June 15th, Father's Day.
And where is the Jamboree?
It's going to be in Franklin Park by the Shattuck.
Very nice.
Yes, we will have good music by Rockstone Triz and DJ Live and Selecta Maxim and DJ Junior. So make sure you guys come out. We're going to have a grand time. Dorchester Fest is happening this weekend as well.
What is that?
Dorch Fest. That's the Porch Fest. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go to that. What days is those?
Who got
it's
a
in
porch?
Dorchester.
Who got a porch we can sit on?
I wish I could do a porch fest at my street, but that'd be filled with drugs and violence. But whatever.
It'll be well protected.
Boy, I tell you. Double barrel shotguns, all kinds of things.
Machine
With that
guns.
said, people, you guys be blessed. Have a great day. We didn't get into our scenarios today, but we'll get them next week.
Yeah.
Be blessed. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor? This is Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Advertise your business brand